Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the X-Men 97 Nightcrawler action figure. But before I go too far into that, I wanted to acknowledge what you are seeing here. Obviously, things might look a little different for you guys. I don't know. Hopefully, I can see how it looks based on the camera, based on the viewfinder. But when it comes to the actual edit and everything, this is all a big mystery to me. Basically, I used to record all my videos on my phone, which was good enough. You know, it looked fairly decent. Everything was pretty high quality. You know, phones nowadays can obviously record at relatively decent resolutions. So, you know, I thought my videos were pretty okay, but it was a hassle trying to get the videos off my phone onto my computer, and also just having my phone storage constantly full because I would record at 4K, blah, blah, blah. So it was just going to be handier to get myself a camera, which is exactly what I did. I have a camera, which is what you are seeing right now. So yeah, things might look better. They might look worse. Hopefully they look better. Obviously, there's a lot more I can do in the settings for my videos, so, you know, hopefully that is something that you are seeing right now. But yeah, that is that. So let's go ahead and get back into the actual action figure review right here. So we have this Nightcrawler from X-Men 97. Beautiful packaging. I do love this classic retro style packaging. I think officially they should just fully adopt this style of packaging. It's nostalgic, it looks wonderful, it accomplishes the goal of using less plastic, like apparently that's what they want to do. They can fit nice artwork here. I think, you know, just if you want to include the Build-A-Figure piece, you only have to go maybe that much more plastic-wise right there. So I think it would work, and I think it's something they should at least look into doing. You know, I kind of toyed around with the idea of making my own what's the word? My own prototype, I guess. Just like photoshopping a little package just to see what modern action figures would look like with this style packaging. Maybe that's something I'll show you guys down the line. I don't know. It could be something cool once I finish that up. But beyond that, I really think they should adopt this style packaging for every wave, every toy line, not just the retro style action figures. But yes, so we have the beautiful artwork right here of Nightcrawler at the top. For some reason, at the very top with all the other figures, it's the previous wave. I would have assumed once Wave 2 comes out, it would be the new characters from Wave 2. But that's not what they did here, unfortunately. I don't know why. I think it's kind of lame, but whatever. And then, of course, you have this nice window here showing you the figure and all the things he comes with. If we turn it around, we have the whole wave here, of course. Magneto, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Executioner, and Goblin Queen. Hopefully, by now, my Cyclops review will be out. That is the only one I managed to get my hands on. I haven't seen anybody but Executioner, and obviously, I waited just one day too long to pick him up, and somebody else got him, which is, you know, it's okay. I'm not too butthurt about it, but it is unfortunate. But seeing that figure on, like, you know, videos or whatnot, back when these waves were announced, I was like, I don't know who that is. He looks fine, I guess. He's kind of cool. Don't know anything about him, but now having watched the show, he's kind of cool. So I don't know. Plus, seeing him in person, I do like the look of him, so maybe there's something there that I kind of want to get. I don't know. If I find him again, maybe, and I have the money, maybe I'll pick him up. Everyone else, I really want to get that Jean Grey, and of course, Magneto. That's another figure. I just saw him, and I'm like, I don't like that design too much, and then watching the show, I'm like, okay, I'm in. You sold me on it, so now I really want to get that Magneto for the collection. Everyone else, of course, I want Jean Grey. I already have Cyclops. Goblin Queen is essentially Jean Grey. They just released episode 3. I haven't gotten around to watching it just yet, but at the end of episode 2, she shows up. So I'm still learning what her whole deal is. Hopefully, she's interesting. Like I said, I haven't watched the episode yet, but, you know, we'll get there. And then beyond that, let's see, I guess we can go ahead and go back to the front of the box and transition to the figure itself. Okay, so this is pretty much all you get. Obviously, you can't see anything because I did something kind of goofy, kind of funny. But you get this right here. Let me see if I can focus it. There we go. Wow, look at that. You get this nice, kind of more stern, more angry head sculpt for Nightcrawler. And I love the way they did the paint apps. Of course, let me make sure it stays focused on the right thing. Hold on. I'm learning here. Hold on. How do we do this? Is it too close? There we go. Maybe. Just stay focused. I love the way they did the paint apps for the hair, the way they painted in the black and then the black on his kind of forehead. Obviously, I am a big, what's the word? I don't like the cell shading that they do on some of these more retro style figures. And that's kind of what they did with this face specifically. Painting in the shadows, obviously, because he is, I don't know, they have him in shadows a lot for some reason. But I think it works on this figure specifically. Obviously, it's not something they did on the previous Nightcrawler. I'm trying to think back. That is, you know, a figure I missed out on because I wasn't quite collecting back when that first figure released. But I still think it looks really, really good on this figure, especially in the hair. I love the way they sculpted this hair. Ooh, the ears, too. Everything about this looks absolutely wonderful. The hair specifically, I just adore. And, of course, his nice red, or not red, what am I talking about? Yellowish eyes, and I think they look really, really good. And then two regular old fist hands, of course, not really regular because they are, well, again, we have to try and get it to focus on the correct thing. Let's try. Hold on, you're right there. Perfect. He has 3 digits on each hand, so he has 2, 1, 2, and then a thumb. So it's not quite your typical fist hand, but it does look great, and I'm glad to have it. Obviously, compared to the last Nightcrawler that we got, it's not a lot of accessories. I think the last one we actually got a sword, and I would have loved to have seen a sword for this guy. I don't know if it would work for his character from the show, but I still think, you know, he's Nightcrawler. He uses swords, so it would have been nice to see. Let's go ahead and zoom this out a bit. Maybe we can tilt it down too. Why not? While we're here, tilt it down just a hair. But yeah, he's the sword guy, so I would have liked to have seen it, especially since we didn't get too many other accessories. Actually, let's zoom in just a bit. I also would have liked to have seen like a BAMF effect. That would have been really, really cool. Just like a little cloud that he could like stand on, maybe like a little purple cloud or something that you could put like, maybe put a pinhole here and attach a BAMF cloud on his back. That would have been really, really cool. Just because we didn't get so much with this figure, but that's really something with all these figures we just don't get a lot. Wolverine, you get claws and then not claws. Cyclops, you get the blast and the not blast, and that's pretty much all you get. You might get some symbolism of their powers, and unfortunately with Nightcrawler, you just don't, and I think that's kind of lame. I think with any figure that has powers like this, you should always get some power effect, and gosh, I don't think you've ever gotten a power effect with Nightcrawler, and I think that's a shame. And it's super weird because normally, you know, this is a very unique sculpt with the butt and the tail, the feet with the weird digits, and the hands with the digits. Normally, when they make figures like this with the unique sculpts, they tend to really, really overproduce so they can get their money's worth out of these sculpts. But for some reason with Nightcrawler, they haven't done it, and it's such a beloved character. I don't know why. We've only gotten a handful of Nightcrawler figures, and none of them have come with power effects, and I think that's pretty unfortunate, but then again, the ones that we have gotten are really good figures on their own. So, like with the other head sculpt, this one is very, very nice, but it is just a little bit more friendly. Just your average Nightcrawler, just kind of chill, just standing around, being all nice and maybe in the background, just like smirking, looking pretty cool. You have this beautiful tail right here that you can move around. If I show you his butt, you can just move it around like so. It swings around. It's not like the Dr. Octopus tentacles where it can bend and go in any direction you want it to. It's sculpted to be in a certain way. That's fine. At least it moves. I do appreciate that. It does kind of come out a little bit, but mostly it's kind of stuck to his body as close as you can get it, and it'll maybe wrap around his legs or wrap over his shoulder, kind of like that. And it looks good. Come on. I gotta work on the focus here. But it looks good. So I'm pretty happy with the way the tail looks. Of course, we already mentioned the digits, which look really, really good. Same with his feet. They look absolutely stunning. I love the way Nightcrawler looks, and his, of course, iconic shoulder pads. Everyone in the 90s had super cool shoulder pads like that. So very cool look for the figure. As far as articulation goes, this is a little bit of an older style sculpt. You know, I would have preferred the diaphragm cut that we've seen on the Spideys, but then again, I don't think they've made that yet for a smaller, slimmer build. That's more of the medium-sized build for like a Spider-Man type, which, thinking about it, I would prefer Spider-Man to be maybe a smidge smaller like this Nightcrawler is. That's maybe what my one issue with the more modern Spider-Man action figures is. They are a little too thick. So I would like to see them release that sculpt on a smaller scale, on a smaller size of person. But since we don't have that yet, we are on this older style body, which is not bad. Just your average regular old ab crunch and regular old arms. No, actually, there are butterfly joints. I didn't see them. They were hidden by the shoulder pads. So it does have the butterfly joints, but beyond that, nothing too extravagant with this action figure here as far as articulation goes, which I guess we can go into depth here, starting with the head sculpt, which can go back like so, goes forward like so as well. Of course, it is on that disc right there, which is also on a ball at the top, so you have, you know, a range of motion for your figure. You can slide them forward, slide them back, and then also you get that slight wiggle side to side, so you can have them kind of cockeyed just a little bit. It's not anything extravagant. It will rotate all the way around like so. Arms come up to about right there, buttery smooth. I love the way that arm feels. It's not tight at all. Rotates all the way around except for when you get to the shoulder pad, and then you have to kind of stick it out a bit to make it rotate the rest of the way. With the butterfly joints, it goes back like so. The shoulder pads really hinder this. Honestly, they probably could have gotten away with not including butterfly joints just because this limits so much of it, but it goes back just a hair and forward just a smidge. Double jointed pinless elbows. Did I mention rotation here? Yeah, I think I did. Double jointed elbows goes up to about right there, which is pretty standard. Wrist goes in, wrist goes out, wrist goes all the way around. We already mentioned the ab crunch goes back like so, forward like so, which is pretty darn deep. Even though it's an older style version of the ab crunch, it does go very, very deep, and I do appreciate the way that works. It is on a disc, so it spins like so. Nothing to hide the disc either, which is unfortunate, but it's a toy, so you're gonna have you're gonna see into the magic here. It's not gonna be hidden as well, so unfortunate but acceptable. He can kick up to about right there. Of course, I forgot to mention he can bend with the legs to about right there, so that is a pretty deep bend. He can do the splits like so. That is pretty decent. Rotation here at the thigh, rotates all the way around like so. Double jointed pinless knees comes up to about right there, which is absolutely insane. In fact, if you pull the leg back just a little bit, it almost rotates all the way around. Come on, focus. Rotates all the way around. just a hair shy of doing that. Of course, this little point on his foot kind of helps him do that. Rotation here at no, there is no boot cut on this figure, which makes sense because of that weird, unique sculpt on the leg right there. ankle goes down, ankle goes up, and I believe there will be, yep, swivel at the ankle, rotates all the way around like so. And that is the Nightcrawler from X-Men 97. This is a very good figure. I did mention lack of accessories is a very major downside, but sculpt and articulation are absolutely wonderful. Even using an older body, it shows you that just because it's an old sculpt doesn't mean it's a bad sculpt. So I do really like this figure. I don't see any defects in the paint. I don't see any issues with the articulation. Absolutely beautiful figure. This is the one I was most excited for, and so far it's the one I am happiest with, and that's exactly how it should be. So let me know what you guys think of Nightcrawler from X-Men 97 down in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things YouTubers ask you to do. It's been a while since I've recorded, so I'm a little like jumbly and messing up my eternal script here, but all the things YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well, and I will be back with another video, hopefully very soon. Bye.